Welcome to the course on Advanced Power Electronics. We'll cover today topic three-phase AC to DC converter. So in three-phase AC to DC converter, we talk about classification. I talked earlier also that we classified three-phase AC DC converter in three broad categories: fully controlled, semi-controlled, and uncontrolled. And uncontrolled, we have a half-wave, full-wave bridge, multiple. And semi-controlled, we have a half-wave, full-wave bridge. And then fully controlled, we have a half-wave, full-wave bridge, dual half, and dual full converter and dual bridge converter. So coming to this classification with circuit wise, this is what we call it like a three-phase half-wave uncontrolled AC/DC converter, and this is three-phase full-wave uncontrolled AC/DC converter, and this is three-phase bridge uncontrolled AC/DC converter. Then this is three-phase half-wave semi-controlled AC/DC converter. This is three-phase full-wave semi-controlled AC/DC converter, where we convert three phase into six phase, and then we have a three phase semi-controlled bridge AC/DC converter, and we have three phase fully controlled half wave bridge converter, and three phase fully controlled full wave converter, and three phase fully controlled bridge converter, and the three phase fully controlled half wave dual converters, and three phase fully controlled full wave dual converter, and three phase fully controlled dual bridge converter. And then the kind of multipulse converter, you can just see here what we convert into three phase to two sets of three phase which are 30-degree phase shifter, the plus minus 15 degree, and we have a 2 6 pulse converter which give in the output like a typically a 12 pulses in one cycle, and the input current is also improved. This is another 12 pulse isolated uncontrolled AC/DC converter. To the very purpose is to reduce the voltage level, and at the output you can connect the diode rectifier either in series or in parallel. It allows the series connection also. Why non-isolated does not allow the series connection of each bridge converter. Then these are of course the three phase uncontrolled half wave converter with different kind of load like resistive load, then capacitive filter resistive load, then RL load means inductive and resistive load, then LC filter with resistive load, and typically the RLE load. Then similarly we have a three-phase full wave converter with, you can call it with resistive load, then your capacitive filter R load, and then your LC filter resistive load, and then RLE load. Similarly, we have a bridge, three-phase uncontrolled bridge converter with the resistive load, RL load, and then capacitive filter with resistive load, and then LC filter resistive load. Now coming to this typically multi-phase star rectifier, as you can see, three-phase we convert into the typically six-phase on the secondary side. Primary side we have a three-phase supply of the transformer, and this six-phase we apply typically to resistive load. So you can see the waveform that E diode conducts 60 degree, and this normally used for low voltage system where only the one diode conduct. It means losses of only one diode is there. So at low voltage, even the losses in additional diode in the bridge rectifier matter. So these are very extensively used for large process industry like electroplating, low voltage, electromining, and many other applications. So coming to assuming a cosine wave from pi by 2 to pi cube, the average voltage for a Q phase rectifier, co-pulse rectifier is VDC upon 2 pi q, 0 to pi q, Vm cos omega t d omega t equal to Vm q upon pi sin pi upon q, and that is Vrms equal to under root 2 upon 2 pi upon q, and 0 to pi by q, Vm square cos square omega t to power half, and then is equal to Vm typical q upon 2 pi, and under root of q by pi by q plus half sin 2 pi by q. If the load is purely resistive, the peak current through diode is Im equal to Vm upon R, and then we can find out the RMS value of diode current that I is equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi 0 to pi by q, Im square cos square omega t d omega t to power half equal to Im under root in bracket 1 upon 2 pi in bracket pi by q plus half sin 2 pi by q equal to Vm RMS upon R. So now typically it is a uncontrolled half wave. Give the 3 pulse in the output, and you can see the waveform that how the, if load current is constant, how the current typically in all 3 phases are there for positive current, and how the diode drop are there. So our mean voltage or average voltage of the load across load is V mean equal to 1 upon 2 pi by 3 and pi by 6 to pi by 6 Vm sin theta d theta. So the average output is 3 root 3 V max upon 2 pi, where this V max is the peak value of the phase voltage as it is typically corresponding to the star connection. So IL, if IL is the DC load current, each conduct 1/3 of the cycle in duration. The RMS value of each diode current is RMS equal to IL upon root 3. And this is the typically, you can call it the connection corresponding to zigzag connection, and where you can see that how the typically the current is there in get reflected on the supply side. So the simple star connection of supply was not appropriate. The reason being that unidirectional current in each phase lead to possible DC magnetization of transformer core. To avoid this problem, the inter star, that is zigzag winding as shown above, is used in secondary of the supply transformer. The current which is reflected in primary is now AC, as so being as much positive as negative, hence avoiding the DC component in the core of AM. And this is typically the uncontrolled full wave rectifier. So doubly star connection is essentially two independent three-phase half-wave circuit operating in parallel to give 6 pulse output, and the above figure shows the two star groups supplied to each other. That is, if the two star points were rigidly connected, we would have a simple 6-phase system, and the two star points are linked via interface transformer, which is best considered as the reactor than the transformer, and the load current is returned to the center of reactor. And these are typical waveform how it really come, and how the reactor voltage with the typically third harmonics across it appears there. So you can see all different currents like line current, load current if it is a constant, how the typically the current in the devices, and how the current typically in the your primary side IA current, like it becomes same as kind of your quasi square waveform for all 3 phases. So the reactor allow the each star group to connect at the same time by taking up the voltage difference between the two star points. The load voltage then being midway between the two pulse groups, and the load voltage has 6 pulse characteristic with maximum instantaneous value of root 3 by 2 Vmax occurring where the phase voltage cross, and the mean voltage can be calculated by finding the mean of the either 3 pulse group or directly from the actual 6 pulse load voltage waveform. So V mean equal to 3 root 3 by 2 pi into Vmax, and because of the groups are active independently, each diode conducts for 1/3 of each cycle. Hence, at any instant, one diode in each group is conducting, and each carrying 1/2 of the load current. So, in order for a voltage to be developed across a reactor, there must be changing magnetic flux, which can only be developed with the magnetizing current, and the path for magnetizing current must be through the diode, which is only possible when there is a load current flowing through the magnetizing current path being through the reverse diode as a component, slightly reducing the diode forward current, and the level of load current must exceed the level of magnetizing current can flow, and hence no voltage develop across the reactor. So the star points are electrically common, and the circuit acts as a simple 6-phase half-wave connection. And this is typically the uncontrolled bridge controlled with the resistive load. So you can clearly see how the output voltage waveform, and how the line current waveform for typically, and how the diode currents like. So coming to per phase voltage, if we take a per phase voltage Vn equal to Vm sin omega t, similarly Vbn equal to Vm sin omega t minus 120, and Vcn equal to Vm sin omega t 1 minus 240. So then line voltage is 30-degree phase shifted, and instance line voltage is Vab equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t plus 130, and Vbn equal to root 3 Vb C equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t minus 90, and Vca equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t 1 minus 240. The average output voltage VDC 2 upon 2 by 6, 0 to pi by 6 root 3 Vm cos omega t d omega t, that becomes 3 root 3 Vm upon pi, or 1.654 Vm, and Vm the peak phase voltage, and that Vrms is in under root of 2 upon 2 pi by 6, 0 to pi by x 3 Vm square cos square omega t d omega t, and that becomes in bracket 3 by 2 plus 9 root 3 by pi by 4 pi of power half and into Vm, that becomes 1.6554 Vm. So if the load is purely resistive, the peak current through a diode is Im equal to root 3 Vm upon R, and the RMS value of diode current is IR equal to in bracket 4 upon 2 pi 0 to pi by 6 Im square cos square omega t d omega t power half equal to in bracket 1 upon pi, or in bracket pi by 6 plus half cos sine 2 pi by 6 to power half into Im, and that becomes 0.5518 Im. The RMS value of transformer secondary current is Is equal to in bracket 8 upon 2 pi 0 to pi by 6 Im square cos square omega t d omega t to power half equal to in bracket 2 pi in bracket further pi by 6 plus half sine 2 pi upon 6 to power half Im, and that is equal to 0.7804 Im. Im is the peak secondary line current, and these are the performance comparison of all the converter like 6-phase rectifier with center tape, single phase bridge rectifier, 6-phase star connected, and 3-phase bridge rectifier in terms of all the parameters including ripple factor and all those. And coming to uncontrolled bridge converter with constant load current. So these are the typical waveform, of typically phase voltage, then your output voltage, and then the current of the devices, then the current of line current of the transformer, then diode voltage. So coming to the analysis, as you can see the waveform, the line voltage, and typically your phase voltage, phase current, and then the typically fundamental of this. So for certifying the condition f x plus 2 pi equal to fx, the input current can be described as Ist equal to Ia for pi by 6 to omega t to pi by 6, and Is equal to minus Ia for 7 pi by 6 to 11 pi by 6 for typically 120 in positive half cycle, 120 in negative half cycle, which can be expressed in Fourier series Is equal to IDC plus n equal to 1 to infinity in bracket n cos n omega t plus Bn sin n omega t equal to n to power 1 to infinity Cn sin n omega t plus phi n, where the coefficient are IDC equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi 2 pi Is d omega t, or 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi Ia d omega t equal to 0. So you can call it your DC component, or the A0 Fourier coefficient on the AC side is 0, and An equal to 1 upon 2 pi, or 1 upon 2 pi 0 to 2 pi Ist cos n omega t d omega t. So solving it, this also come as a 0, and Bn 1 upon pi 0 to pi Is sin n omega t d omega t, and solving it comes equal to your minus 4i upon n pi cos n pi sin n pi by 2 and sin n pi by 3 for n equal to 15711, and Bn equal to 0.42345, and Cn equal to under root an square plus Bn square root of that equal to minus 4i upon n pi cos n pi sin n pi by 2 and sin n pi by 3, where pi n equal to n upon Bn, that equal to 0. Thus the Fourier series of input current given by Is equal to n to infinity for root 3 I upon 2 pi in bracket psi omega t by 1 minus sin 5 omega t 5 minus sin 7 omega t by 7 plus sin 11 omega t by 11 plus sin 13 omega t upon 13, similarly sin 17 upon 17 omega t by 17. And then RMS value of nth harmonics is your Isn equal to 1 by root 2 under root an square plus Bn square, that is equal to root 2 pi into I upon n pi sin n pi by 3. And the RMS value of fundamental current Is1 equal to root 6 by pi Ia, that is 0.7797 Ia, and the RMS input current is Is equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi 0 pi by 6 to pi by 6 Ia square d omega t to power half, that is equal to Ia under root 2 by 3 equal to 0.8165 Ia. And you can see harmonic factor 5th, 7th, 11th, 13th for 6 pulse converter, and harmonic factor or TAD equal to in bracket Is upon Is1 square minus 1 2 square root equal to in bracket pi by 3 square minus 1 2 square root of that equal to 0.3108, or TAD is equal around 31.08%, and power factor is Is1 upon Is into cos 0, because phase angle is 0 for diode, so this becomes 0.7798 divided by 0.8165 equal to 9549. So now coming to 3-phase rectifier with RL load. RLE load, you can see in the diagram. So the output voltage become VAB equal to root 2 VAB sin omega t over pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3, and where VAB the line to line RMS voltage, the load current IO can be find out L DIO upon dt plus RIO plus E equal to root 2 VAB sin omega t, and which have a solution I0 equal to root 2 VAB upon Z sin omega t minus theta plus A1 e to power minus RL upon t minus E upon R, where the load impedance Z equal to under root R square plus omega L square, and the load impedance angle theta equal to tan inverse omega L upon R, and the constant A1 can be found out from condition typically omega t pi by 3 and I0 equal to capital I. So A1 becomes I0 plus E upon R minus root 2 VAB upon Z sin pi by 3 minus theta into E to power R upon L and into pi by 3 omega. So solution for I in the above equation yields I0 equal to root 2 VAB upon Z sin omega t minus theta plus in bracket I0 plus E upon R minus root 2 VAB upon Z sin pi by 3 minus theta into E to power RL pi by 3 minus t minus E upon R. So under steady state condition I0 at omega t pi by 3 equal to I0 at omega pi by 3, that is the reason I0 at omega t by 3 equal to I0 capital I0. Applying this condition, so I capital I0 becomes root 2 VAB into sin 2 by 3 minus theta minus sin pi by 3 minus theta E to power minus RL into pi upon R3 divided by 1 minus E to power minus R upon L into pi by 3 minus t total minus E by 3 for R IO 0 greater than 0, substituting IO in small IO simplified, small I equal to root 2 VAB upon Z in bracket sin omega t minus theta plus in bracket sin 2 pi by 3 minus theta minus sin pi by 3 minus theta to E to power minus R upon L pi by 3 omega divided by 1 upon E to power RL in bracket pi by 3 omega minus t into total E to power RL into pi by 3 omega minus E by R, or omega t varying from pi by 3 and IO greater than 0, and the RMS diode current can be found out IR equal to square root of in bracket 2 by 2 pi and pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3 IO square d omega t, and then IRMS equal to in bracket IR square plus I square plus square to power half, so it becomes root 3 IR, and ID typically is in bracket 2 upon 2 pi by 3 to 2 pi by 3 and I0 d omega t. And the condition for discontinuous current can be found out by setting I0 equal to 0, that is root 2 VAB upon Z in bracket sin 2 pi by 3 minus theta minus sin pi by 3 minus theta to E to power minus R upon L pi by 3 omega divided by 1 minus E to power minus RL into pi by 3 omega minus E by R equal to 0, and which can be solved for voltage ratio x equal to E upon root 2 VAB. So x theta equal to bracket sin 2 pi by 3 minus theta minus sin pi by 3 minus theta E to power minus pi by 3 tan theta divided by 1 minus E to power pi by 3 tan theta into cos theta. Now coming to 3-phase rectifier with the AC side large inductor to behave as a current source. For here the consider LS on the input side and I small I equal to capital I shown in the figure, and so the current commutation will not be hysteresis, hence we will consider the only one of the commutation because of all are identical in a balanced circuit, and these are typically because of source impedance how the typical commutation, so one current goes down and another comes up and total current remains still in the load ID, and part you have a small area during overlap angle which you lose out in output voltage. So here consider the current commutation from diode 5 to 1, and before t equal to 0 the current flowing 5 and 6, and now current commutation involved phase A and phase C. So now the commutation voltage VAC equal to VAN minus VCN, and the two loop current are I mu and ID, and the commutation current small IU flows through because of short circuit path provided by conducting diode 5, and I equal to I mu and IC equal to ID minus I mu, where I mu splits from 0 to ID at the end of the commutation interval omega t equal to mu. So then VL equal to LS di upon dt equal to LS diu upon dt, and the VLC equal to LS dic upon dt equal to minus LS di2 upon dt. Now nothing that IC equal to ID minus IU, therefore dic upon dt equal to d in bracket ID minus IU divided by dt equal to minus diu upon dt. So we commutation equal to VN minus VCN and equal to VLA minus VLC, that is 2 LS DIU upon dt. So therefore from the above we get LS DIU 2 upon dt equal to in bracket VN minus VCN by 2, multiplying both side by omega and integrating. So we get the omega LS 0 to ID to DIU equal to omega LS ID equal to root 2 VLL in bracket 1 minus cos mu by 2, and then cos mu equal to 1 minus 2 omega LS ID upon root 2 VLL. And if the current commutation was instantaneous due to 0 LS, then the voltage VPN will be equal to Vn beginning with omega t. However, with the finite LS during omega t 0 to omega tu, then Vpn equal to Vn minus Ls diu upon dt equal to Vn plus Vcn by 2. So where the voltage across Ls is the drop in the voltage Vpn during the commutation interval, and the integral of the voltage drop in the area Au equal to omega Ls ID, and the area will be lost for every pi by 3 radian interval. Therefore, the average DC voltage output is reduced from Vd0 value, and the average voltage drop due to the commutation is 0 Vd equal to omega S Ls ID upon pi by 3 equal to 3 pi omega Ls ID, and the average DC voltage in the presence of finite commutation interval is Vd equal to Vd0 minus delta Vd equal to 1.35 VLL minus 3.5 omega Ls into ID. So coming to 3-phase rectifier, finite source inductance Ls and with constant load current, and just see how the typically bent kind of current. So you have a discontinuous current, and you can see clearly how the TAD displacement factor, power factor with constant DC voltage vary, and how the your VD output and with the current is varying. Now coming to 3-phase semi-control converter. So now 3-phase semi-control. So coming to your 3-phase semi-control converter, even either you can take 3 diode or diode is connected in parallel, so that really takes the entire current, and you can clearly see the output waveform and supply current waveform. And then typically at firing angle 30, different firing angle. So taking the phase voltage like Vn equal to Vm sin omega t and Vbn Vm sin omega t minus 120, and Vn sin equal to Vn sin omega t plus 120, and then corresponding line voltage V is equal to Vn minus Vcn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t minus pi by 6, and Vba equal to Vbn minus Vn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t minus pi by 6, and Vcb equal to Vc minus Vbn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t plus pi by 2, and Vab equal to Vn minus Vbn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t pi by 6 plus. So Vm is the peak of start connected source. So for alpha greater than pi by 3, the discontinuous output voltage, the average voltage will found Vdc equal to 3 by 2 pi by 6 plus alpha to 7 pi by 6 Vsc into d omega t, and putting value it comes root 3 root 3 by 2 pi into Vm into 1 plus cos alpha, and the maximum average output voltage occurs at delay angle alpha equal to 0, so that becomes Vdc equal to Vdm equal to 3 root 3 upon 2 pi Vm, and normalized average output voltage is Vn equal to Vdc upon Vdm, that is 0.5 in bracket 1 plus cos alpha, and RMS output voltage can be Vrms equal to in bracket your 3 upon 2 pi and pi by 6 plus alpha to 7 pi by 6 3 Vm square sin m square omega t minus pi by 6 into d omega t power half equal to 3 by root 3 Vm in bracket 3 by 3 upon 4 pi in bracket pi minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha upon 2 in power half for alpha less than pi by 3 and continuous input voltage. So Vdc equal to 3 upon 2 pi and pi by 6 alpha to pi by 2 Vab d omega t plus pi by 2 to pi plus alpha Vsc d omega t equal to 3 root 3 Vm upon 2 pi in bracket 1 plus cos alpha, and then Vn equal to Vdc upon Vdm, that is 0.5 1 plus cos alpha, and Vrms equal to in bracket 3 upon 2 pi by 6 alpha to pi by 2 Vab square omega t and plus pi by 2 to pi by 6 alpha Vsc that power half equal to root 3 Vm in bracket 3 upon 4 pi in bracket 2 pi by 3 plus root 3 cos square alpha to power half. So this is coming to analysis of 3-phase semiconductor with RL load. The output voltage of the 3-phase semiconductor will be continuous and discontinuous depending upon the value of the alpha delay angle alpha. In either case, the output waveform can be divided into two intervals. The case one is continuous output voltage for alpha less than pi by 3 is shown here for interval pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 the thyristor T1 and diode 3 conduct, and the output voltage becomes VO equal to VAB equal to root 2 VAB sin omega t plus pi by 6 or pi by 6 plus alpha 2 pi by 2. When VAB is the line to line RMS input voltage, the load current IL1 during the interval can be found out. Li dIL1 upon dt plus RIL1 plus E equal to root 2 VAB sin omega t plus pi by 6 or pi by 6 plus alpha to pi omega t equal to pi by 2, and where the boundary condition IL1 omega t equal to pi by 6 plus alpha, that is IL0, and IL1 equal to omega t equal to pi by 2, that is IL1. So now coming to interval for pi by 2 to 5 pi alpha plus alpha, so thyristor T1 and D1 conduct, the output voltage becomes VO equal to VS equal to root 2 VSC sin omega t minus pi by 6 for the interval pi by 2 to 5 pi by 6 plus alpha, and the load current IL1 during interval can be found out from L dIL upon D2 plus RIL2 plus E equal to root 2 VSC sin omega t minus pi by 6 or omega t pi by 6 to pi by 6 plus alpha, and with the boundary condition IL1 omega t equal to pi by 2 to IL0 and IL1 omega t pi by 6 plus alpha to IL0, and case 1 continuous output voltage for the pi by alpha greater than pi by 3 is shown here. So interval for pi by 6 to pi plus pi by 6 to alpha, so thyristor T1 D3 conduct, the output voltage 0 and V equal to 0 for pi by 2 pi by 6 alpha, and load current IL1 during this interval can be found out from L dIL upon dt plus RIL1 plus E equal to 0, and then with the boundary condition IL1 omega t equal to pi by 2, that is IL0, and IL1 at omega t pi by 6 plus alpha equal to IL1. So for interval omega t pi by 6 plus alpha to 7 pi by 6, and thyristor T1 D1 conduct, and the output voltage becomes VO equal to VSC sin omega t minus pi by 6, and VSC is the line voltage, and the load current IL2 during interval IL2 can be found out L dIL2 upon dt plus RIL2 plus E equal to root 2 AVSC sin omega t minus pi by 6, and then with the boundary condition IL2 equal to omega t pi by 6 plus alpha to IL1, and IL2 at omega t equal to 7 pi by 6 equal to IL0. Now coming to 3-phase fully controlled converter, the 3-phase half-wave fully controlled converter, and this 3-phase full wave control converter, and the 3-phase fully bridge control converter, and the 3-phase dual converter, and this 3-phase half-wave dual converter, and this is 3-phase full wave dual converter, and this 3-phase dual converter, bridge dual converter. So coming to 3-phase full half-wave control converter with a 3 thyristor diode, you can see how the output voltage and how the typically the load current, and then how the supply current. So coming to here, phase voltage Vn is the average output voltage, continuous load current will be VDC equal to 3 by 2 pi by 6 plus alpha to 7 pi by 6, that is Vm sin omega t d omega t, that is 3 root 3 by 2 pi into Vm cos alpha, where Vm is the peak voltage, the maximum average output occurs at D angle alpha equal to 0, and VDC equal to 3 root 3 Vm upon 2 pi. So VRMS becomes in bracket 3 by 2 pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 6 alpha Vm square sin omega t d omega t to power half, and that is equal to root 3 Vm in bracket 1 by 6 plus root 3 upon 8 pi cos 2 alpha power half, and then for resistive load and alpha greater than pi by 6, so VDC 3 upon 2 pi by 6 plus alpha to pi m sin omega t plus d omega t equal to 3 Vm upon pi in bracket 1 plus cos pi by 6 plus alpha, and Vn equal to normalized DC voltage Vn equal to Vdn, and that is 1 by root 3 in bracket 1 plus cos pi by 6 plus alpha, and VRMS in bracket 3 upon 2 pi by 6 plus alpha to pi Vm square sin omega t to power half equal, that becomes equal to root 3 Vm in bracket 5 by 24 minus alpha upon 4 pi plus 1 upon 8 pi sin pi by 3 plus 2 alpha to power half. Coming to 3-phase full wave fully controlled converter, so you can clearly see how the output voltage, how the typically the diode current or load current, function of load current or supply current, and that is the thyristor voltage drop. And this is a 3-phase fully controlled bridge converter, and the typical waveform 3-phase fully controlled bridge converter. So you can clearly see the how the thyristor current for 120, how the supply current, and in terms of constant load current, and how the output voltage. So now coming to analysis of this, Vn equal to Vm cos sin omega t and Vbn equal to Vm sin omega t minus 120 and Vcn equal to Vm sin omega t plus 120. The corresponding line voltages are Vab equal to Vn minus Vbn equal to root 3 sin omega t plus pi by 6 and Vbc equal to Vb minus Vbn minus Vcn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t minus pi by 2 and Vca equal to Vcn minus Vn root 3 Vm sin omega t plus pi by 2 and Vdc equal to 3 by pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha Vab d omega t equal to 3 upon pi by 6 plus alpha to 3 pi by 2 plus alpha root 3 Vm sin omega t plus pi by 6 d omega t equal to 3 root 3 Vm upon pi cos alpha, and the maximum average output voltage that occurs at ideal angle alpha equal to 0, that Vdm equal to root 3 upon pi into Vm, and normalized average output voltage Vn equal to Vdc upon Vm, that becomes cos alpha, and Vrms equal to in bracket 3 upon pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha 3 Vm square sin square omega t plus pi by 6 d omega t to power half, and that becomes equal to 3 root 3 Vm in bracket half plus 3 root 3 upon 4 pi cos 2 alpha to power half, and that RMS voltage then Vrms equal to in bracket 3 upon pi by plus 2 4 resistor load 7 pi by 6 3 Vm square sin omega t half, and that becomes 3 root 3 in bracket Vm in bracket 3 upon pi minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha by 2 half. So 4 alpha less than 3 and the continuous output will D is equal to 3 upon 2 pi in bracket your alpha pi plus alpha 2 pi by 2 Vab d omega t plus pi by 2 to pi by 6 Vac d omega t, that becomes 3 root 3 of Vm upon 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha, and Vn equal to Vdc upon 0.51 plus cos alpha. Vrms equal to 3 bracket 3 upon 2 pi by 6 plus 2 pi by 2 Vab square d omega t plus pi by 2 to pi plus alpha Vac square, that becomes equal to root 3 Vm in bracket 3 upon 4 pi in bracket 2 Vm 2 pi upon 3 plus root 3 cos square alpha to power half. And by assuming constant current, so we can express supply current as a Fourier series. So Is as a function of t equal to an a0 plus n equal to 1 to infinity n cos n omega t plus Vn sin n omega t equal to n equal to 1 to infinity Cn sin n omega t plus phi n, where a0 equal to 1 upon 2 pi 0 to pi is d omega t, and that becomes 0, and an equal to 1 upon pi 0 to 2 pi is cos n omega t d omega t, and putting the value it becomes minus 4 I upon n pi sin n pi by 3 n sin n alpha, and for n equal to 157, and for even harmonics it's 0 for n 2 4 6, and which after integration becomes Bn. So Bn equal to 1 upon pi 0 to 2 pi is sin n omega t d omega t, and putting value it becomes 4 upon I for n pi sin n pi 3 cos n alpha for n equal to 1 5, and for 0 for n equal to 4 6, and thus the Fourier series of input current given Is equal to T for n equal to typically 5 7 to infinity root 2 Isn sin n omega t plus phi n, and phi n equal to an upon Bn, that is minus n alpha, and RMS value of n harmonics Isn equal to 1 upon root 2 and root n square plus Bn square, that becomes 2 root 2 I upon n pi sin pi by 3, and Is1 equal to root 6 1 pi into Ia, that is 0.7797 Ia, and the RMS input is Is equal to 1 root 2 pi 0 pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 6 alpha Ia square d omega t to power half, and that is Ia equal Ia into root 2 by 3, that is 0.8165 Ia, and harmonic factor of TAD equal to in bracket Is upon Is1 square minus 1 power half, and that is equal to pi by 3 square minus half to power half equal to 0.3108, and power factor Is 1 upon Is cos alpha, and becomes 0.954 cos alpha, and you can see harmonic spectrum that harmonic present in the line current is 5th and 7th, 5th is 1/5 and 7th is 1/7, and similarly 11 13 also. Now coming to 3-phase control active with RL load, the output voltage VO equal to VAB root 2 VAB sin omega t pi by 6 and 4 angle pi by 6 alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha, and root 2 VAB sin omega t dash, that is pi by 3 plus alpha to pi by 3 plus alpha. So for omega t dash equal to omega by t pi by 6, and VAB is the line voltage. The load current can be DIL upon dt plus RIL plus equal to root 2 VAB sin omega t dash for pi by 3 alpha to omega t dash up to 2 pi by 3 plus alpha, and then which have is the solution in the form of IL equal to root 2 VAB upon Z sin omega t dash minus theta minus E upon R plus in bracket IL1 plus E upon R minus root 2 AB upon Z sin omega sin pi by 3 plus alpha minus theta into e to power R upon L in bracket pi by 3 plus alpha upon omega minus t dash. And when the load impedance Z equal to in bracket R square plus omega L square half the load impedance angle tan inverse equal to omega L upon R. Constant A1 can be found out. IL equal to omega t dash equal to pi by 3 plus alpha equal to IL in bracket omega t dash plus pi by 3 plus alpha to IL1, and IL1 is root 2 VAB upon Z multiplied sin 2 pi by 3 plus alpha minus theta minus pi by 3 plus alpha minus theta to e to power R upon L into pi by 3 omega and divide by 1 e to power minus R L upon pi in bracket pi upon 3 omega minus t minus e upon R for IL1 greater than 0. And for discontinuous load current, by setting IL1 0 dividing by root 2 Vs upon Z, the substituting R upon Z equal to cos theta omega L upon R tan theta, we get the critical value voltage ratio X equal to root 2 E upon root 2 VAB. So under steady state condition I0 at omega t to pi by 3 equal to I0 omega t pi by 3. This is that reason I0 omega t to pi 3 equal to capital I0. So applying this condition, X equal to root 2 VAB upon Z in bracket to sin 2 pi by 3 plus alpha minus theta minus sin pi by 3 plus alpha minus theta to e power pi by 3 tan theta divided by 1 upon e to power pi upon 3 tan theta equal to into e to power minus R upon L into pi by 3 into total cos theta, which can be solved for critical value alpha equal to alpha c for known value of x and theta. For alpha greater than alpha c, the IL1 equal to 0. The load current is that S by IL flows only during that period your omega t alpha to beta, and at omega t equal to beta the load current falls to 0. Again, the equation derived for the discontinuous case of diode rectifier are applicable to the control rectifier. And three-phase rectifier with the source inductance. So the effect of source inductance, you can see that how we lose the voltage and the current in one thyristor going down, another coming up, and load current remains still the constant and continuous. So during the current commutation interval mu, the thyristor 1 and 5 conduct simultaneously, and the phase voltage VN sorted together through ILS in each phase. The current IA builds from 0 to ID, where the IC decreases from ID to 0, at which the instant of the current commutation from 5 to 1 completed, the current through thyristor 1 and 5 are shown. So where VPN equal to Vn minus VLS, where VLS equal to LS di upon dt. So reduction in voltage radian area due to the commutation interval is during current commutation phase A and C are sorted. So VPN equal to Vn minus LS di upon dt, and also VPN equal to Vcn minus LS dic upon dt. And from the above we get VPN equal to Vn plus Vcn by 2, that is minus LS upon 2 in bracket di upon dt plus dic upon dt. And AU equal to alpha plus mu VL S into d omega t, and IA changes from 0 to ID when alpha changes to alpha plus mu, and A mu omega LS 0 to ID di, that becomes omega LS ID. The average voltage is reduced by AU by pi by 3, so VD equal to 3 root 2 V divided by pi VL cos alpha minus 3 omega LS upon pi into ID. So during the current commutation, and phase A and C are sorted together, so VPN equal to minus Vn minus LS into di, VPN equal to Vcn minus LS dic upon dt, and during commutation VPN Vn plus Vcn by 2 minus LS upon di upon dt plus dic upon dt, that is di minus t equal to d minus dic upon dt. So VPN equal to Vn plus by 2, and by calculation of mu by equating both VPN equation, so LS IA upon dt equal to Vn upon 2 minus Vc upon by 2 equal to Vac by 2, and Vc equal to root 3 VLL sin omega t, and di upon dt d omega t, so root 2 VL sin omega t upon 2 LS, and integration between omega t alpha equal to omega t alpha plus mu. So during the interval IA from 0 to ID, it becomes 0 to ID di equal to root 2 VLL upon 2 omega LS integral alpha to alpha plus mu sin omega t d omega t, and cos alpha plus mu equal to cos alpha minus 2 omega LS upon root 2 VLL into ID. And by knowing the ID and alpha, the commutation interval mu can be found out. So A equal to alpha to mu AB minus EB plus EA upon by 2, and equal to alpha plus mu EB minus EA upon 2, that is equal to root 3 Vm upon 2 alpha plus mu sin theta d theta equal to root 3 Vm upon 2, that is in bracket L cos alpha minus cos alpha plus mu, and delta Ed equal to Au upon pi by 3, that is 3 root 3 m upon 2 pi in bracket cos alpha minus alpha plus mu, and delta Vd equal to Vd0 in bracket cos alpha minus cos alpha plus mu, where the Vd0 equal to root 3 m upon pi, and Vd equal to Vd0 cos alpha minus Vd0 by 2 cos alpha minus cos alpha plus mu, and equal to Vd0 equal to cos alpha plus cos alpha mu by 2, and Pd is equal to Pac, and 3 ln IL1 cos pi equal to Vdid, and 3 ln IL1 cos pi equal to root 3 m upon pi in bracket cos alpha plus mu by 2 into Id, and that is 3 ln into root 6 by pi Id cos alpha pi equal to 3 root 3 into root 2 ln upon pi in bracket cos alpha plus cos alpha mu pi 2 into Id, and cos pi equal to cos alpha plus mu by 2. So this is the presence line current in the presence of Ls, and the normalized harmonic current in the presence that H equal to IH upon L1. So how this different harmonic change with the source inductance, and the three-phase converter with the realistic load, RLE load, and the realistic typically the load voltage with the source impedance, and realistic load discontinuous current, and then line converter inverter of this thyristor converter. How you can change the alpha even to higher than 90 degree, so it works as inverter mode provided the DC link current is controlled. It means you are supplying the reverse parity voltage is applied, so that the DC side voltage from the DC side you can become a source and can feed the power to AC side. And these are typical waveform of as an inverter with finite source impedance, and how the supply current are there, and then typically circular operation of the rectifier family of the curve for typically importance of actions and angle during the inverter operation, and then the line notching in other voltages, importance of action inductance, and these are typically the dual converter, and the dual converter waveform, the output waveform of both the converter and interface reactor voltage. And coming to the analysis of this, VAB equal to Vm sin omega t, VBn equal to Vm sin omega t minus 120, and VCn equal to Vm sin omega t plus 120. The corresponding line to line voltage are VAB equal to Vn minus VBn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t plus 5 by 6, and VBC equal to VBn minus VCn equal to root 3 Vm sin omega t minus 5 by 2, and VC equal to VCn minus Vn root 3 Vm sin omega t plus 5 by 6. If V0, VO1 and VO2 are the output voltage of converter 1 and 2 respectively, the incidence voltage across inductor interval during pi by 6 plus alpha 2, pi by 2 plus alpha is VR equal to VO1 plus VO2, that is VAB minus VBC equal to root 3 Vm in bracket sin and omega t plus pi by 6 minus sin omega t minus pi by 2, that becomes through Vm cos omega t minus pi by 6, and circulating current can be found out IR equal to 1 upon omega Ls pi by 6 plus alpha to omega t, VR into omega t, and that becomes 3 Vm upon omega Lr in bracket sin omega t minus pi by 6 minus sin alpha 1. This is the 12 pulse converter. Typically the converter diode rectifier can be, so what we give with the help of auto connection, the phase shift with the auto connection, extended auto connection plus minus 15 degree, and then it give a 12 pulse your non-isolated and control converter. Of course, in the transformer rating is drastically reduced, and this is 12 pulse non-isolated control converter, and this is typically isolated your 12 pulse uncontrolled converter, and this is 12 pulse your isolated control converter. Now coming to mean voltage of P pulse for generalized P pulse converter, as you can see in the waveform, so we get V mean equal to 1 upon 2 pi upon P, and angle minus pi by plus alpha to pi by P plus alpha Vm cos theta into d theta, that is P upon Vmx upon 2 pi bracket sin pi by P plus alpha to minus sin minus pi by P plus alpha, and equal to P Vmax upon 2 pi in bracket sin P pi alpha sin pi by P cos alpha plus cos pi by P into sin alpha, and minus sin in bracket minus pi by P cos alpha plus cos in minus pi by P into sin alpha, and that becomes V min equal to P Vmax upon pi or sin pi upon P into cos alpha, as you can see in the waveform how they are defined like. So for typically 3 phase the bridge rectifier it will be line voltage, but for full wave it will be the phase voltage for unless. And this is the effect of the source impedance on this for P pulse converter. The general expression for mean voltage for P pulse control rectifier, including the effect of overlap angle, can be determined from the above figure, which can be found out. V mean equal to 2 upon 2 pi upon p in bracket your minus pi by p plus alpha to mu to pi plus mu v max cos theta to d theta plus alpha to alpha plus gamma v max cos pi by p cos phi to d phi, and that becomes p v max upon 2 pi in bracket sin pi by p plus alpha to minus psi in bracket minus pi by p plus alpha plus gamma and plus cos pi by p into sin alpha plus gamma minus sin pi by p into sin alpha, and the mean average voltage becomes P upon V max upon 2 pi sin pi by P in bracket cos alpha to cos alpha plus gamma, and by substituting alpha equal to pi minus beta, calling the mean positive voltage, then the inverting mode. So V max is V max upon 2 pi sin pi by P in bracket cos beta plus cos beta minus gamma. So the voltage drop due to the supply commutating reactance X per ohm per phase. With the P pulse rectifier supply, the load current IL can be determined from figure taking the base as a time, but allowing the loss of area due to overlap LIL so on. V mean equal to 1 upon 2 pi into divided by P omega in bracket minus pi by P omega plus alpha pi omega equal to pi by plus omega plus alpha by omega V max cos omega t dt minus IL equal to P V max on pi sin pi by P into cos alpha minus P x upon 2 pi into IL, where XL equal to omega L. This is the equivalent circuit. For this circuit, the voltage at the ideal case we call it V0 cos alpha, then P x upon 2 pi with the current, and then we get voltage across the load. So this represents the effect of source impedance. So equation represents the voltage V0 cos alpha, the mean open circuit voltage minus a drop P x upon 2 pi IL, giving equivalent circuit as shown in figure, ignoring the revised and true resistance voltage drop, and V0 is the open circuit voltage at 0 firing. The relationship between the overlap angle gamma load current and supply voltage V max and commutating reactance for P pulse rectifier operating at any firing angle alpha can be found out. X IL equal to V max sin pi by P in bracket cos alpha minus cos alpha plus gamma. Now coming to numerical solved example 1. An LC filter as shown to reduce the input current harmonics in single phase full wave rectifier. The load current is ripple free and average value is IL. If the supply frequency is 60 Hz or determine the resonant frequency of the filter, so that the total impedance 1% of this. So R square equal to N35 to infinity IS upon IS1 square equal to N equal to 357 to in bracket omega LICI minus 1 to divided by N square in bracket and omega square LICI minus 1 square. This can be solved by value LICI. To simplify calculation, we consider third harmonic. So 3 in bracket 3 into 2 pi by pi into 60 square LICI minus 1 divided by omega square LICI minus 1 equal to 1 upon 0.1, that is 100. LICI equal to 9.349 into 100 power minus, and filter the line filter frequency is 1 upon root 3 LIC equal to 327.0 radian or 52.50. So assuming LICI equal to 1000 megahertz, so LI become 9.39349 millihenry. So per numerical problem, calculate the percentage value of the peak to peak ripple voltage to average DC voltage for DC load current or uncontrolled rectifier with pulse number 23612. So for P pulse converter, VDC equal to P Vm divided by 2 pi sin pi by P in bracket cos alpha plus mu. So for alpha equal to 0 and mu equal to 0, VDC equal to P Vm upon 2 pi sin pi by P, and we ripple peak to peak is Vm minus Vm cos pi by P, and the percentage ripple is 1 minus cos pi by P divided by P upon pi into sin pi by P into 100, and the percentage ripple in second 2 pulse converter it becomes 157%, and ripple in 3 pulse converter formula it becomes 60.46%. Ripple percentage in 6 pulse it becomes like 14.3, and ripple in 12 pulse becomes 3.44, and ripple in 18 pulse becomes 1.52, and ripple in 24 it becomes 0.62%. Now coming to numerical problem 3, calculate the ripple factor in the DC voltage for DC load current control 236. So Vrms equal to Vm in bracket 0.5 P upon 4 pi sin pi by P 2P, and VDC equal to P Vm upon 2 pi sin pi by P, and ripple factor is under root Vrms minus VDC square upon VDC square into 100. So your percentage ripple 2 pulse it become 48.37%, ripple factor 3 pulse converter 18.26, and 4 6 pulse it become 4.18, and 12 pulse 1.011, 18 pulse it become 0.44, 94 and 424 it becomes 0.2453%. Now numerical problem 4, calculate the percentage value of the total ohmic distortion of the AC mains for constant DC load current and contract being at 2, 6, 12, 24, 48. So I1 equal to 0.4546 pulse and IRMS 0.47 IT. So percent TAD IRMS square minus I1 upon R into 100 and TAD becomes 30.9. And for 12 pulse convert, I1 equal to 1.59 for ID and RMS is 1.57. So percent TAD IRMS square minus I1 square divided by n into 100, that TAD becomes 15.2%. And TAD for similarly for 12 pulse convert is 7.5% and for TAD for report is 3.75%. Now coming to example 5 on dual converter, 3-phase 8 to 20 volt 1550 Hz 50 ampere and separately excited DC motor with armature resistance of 0.5 ohm is fed from the circulating dual converter with the AC source impedance of AC source voltage of 165 volt. During the converter firing for the following operation: motoring operation at rated motor load of 1000 rpm, braking operation at rated motor torque at 1000 rpm, and motoring operation at rated torque minus 1000 rpm, braking operation at rated motor torque at minus 1000 rpm. The solution at 1500 rpm equal to 220 minus 0.5 into 50, that is 195. 1000 rpm equal to 1000 upon 15 into 195, that 130 volt, and V equal to E plus IRA, so it become 155, and V equal to 3 upon 5 cos VM cos alpha A, cos alpha equal to V upon VM into pi by 3, so alpha A become 45.9 degree and alpha B is 180 minus alpha A, that become 134.1 degree, and V equal to E upon IRA, so it become 105, and cos alpha is V upon VM pi by 3, so alpha A become 61.9 degree and alpha B equal to 180 minus, so it become 118.1 degree. For negative speeds, alpha equal to less than 90 degree and alpha A about 90 degree. So at part 1 alpha equal to 131.4 and alpha beta become 45.9 degree, and here also the two converter interchange their operation. So alpha equal to 118.1 degree and alpha beta equal to 61.9 degree. Now coming to numerical example 6, a 3-phase star rectifier with purely resistive load R load, determine the efficiency, B form factor, C ripple factor, and D your transformer utilization, and E the peak inverse voltage of each diode, the peak current through diode if the rectifier delivers 30 ampere, and output voltage of VDC equal to 140. For the 3-phase rectifier, Q equal to 3, so VDC equal to 1 pi upon Q, 0 to pi by Q, and putting it become VM Q upon pi sin pi by Q, that becomes 0.827, and ID equal to 0.827 VM upon R, and RMS equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi 0 to pi VM square cos square omega t to power half, and it become VM in bracket Q upon 2 pi Q upon half plus half sin 2 pi Q to square root of that become 0.84068 VM, and IRMS is 0.84068 RM upon R, and PDC is 0.827 PM square upon R, and PAC becomes like your 0.846 PM square R, and efficiency PDC upon PAC, that becomes 96.77%. And B the form factor VRMS upon VDC, that becomes 1.0165, and ripple factor is under root the form factor minus 1, that becomes equal to 0.1824, and the RMS voltage of the transformer secondary VS equal to VM upon root 2, that is 0.707 VM. The RMS current of transformer secondary IS equal to VM RMS upon R, so that becomes 0.4854 VM upon R, and V rating of the transformer secondary for Q equal to 3 VS IS, so it becomes 3 into 0.707 VM into 0.4854 VM upon R, so transformer utilization PDC V equal to 0.6643, and power factor is PSC upon VA, so it becomes 0.6844. The peak inverse voltage of diode is equal to the peak value of the secondary line to line voltage. Line voltage is root 3 times the phase voltage, and thus the peak inverse voltage is root 3 VM. And F is the average current through the diode is ID equal to in bracket 2 upon 2 pi 0 to pi by Q, I cos omega t omega t, that becomes IM 1 upon pi sin pi by Q. For Q equal to 3, ID equal to 0.2757 IM. Average current through the diode is ID equal to 30.3 10 ampere. This gives the peak current IM equal to 36.27 ampere. So coming to numerical example 7, a 3-phase star rectifier has a pure resistive load with R ohm, that determines the efficiency, power form factor, ripple factor, transformer utilization, peak inverse voltage, peak current through diode, rectifier, delivers IDC equal to 60 ampere and the output voltage 280.7, determine the and the source frequency is 60. So VD is equal to 3.5 VM, so it becomes 1.65 VM, ID is equal to 1.65 for RM divided by RM, RMS is 1.65 VM, RIRM is 1.65 IM upon R, and PAC 1.65 square VM upon R, and PAC equal to 1.6 R upon R, so efficiency becomes PDC upon VSC, that's 99.83%. And the form factor is VRMS bit, this is 1.6, so it becomes 100.08, and ripple factor is your 0.4, that is 4%, and the RMS voltage of transformer signal VS equal to VRMS, that is 0.707 VM, and RMS current of transformer signal IS equal to VRMS equal to 0.7804 IM, and the PA rating of the transformer for Q equal to 3, V equal to 3 VSIS, 3 into this, so it becomes T transformer VDC V equal to become 0.9542, the peak line to line RMS, VDC equal to 0.65 VM, and VM equal to 281, that is 167.7 volt, and the peak inverse voltage of secondary root 3 169.7, that is 293.9 volt, and average current through the average ID equal to in bracket 4 upon 2 by 0 to 5 by 6 IM cos omega t equal to, the putting value becomes 0.3183 IM, the average current through is the average ID equal to 60 by 3, this gives the peak current IM equal to 63.83 ampere. Coming to example 8, 3-phase bridge semi-converter is operated from 3-phase star connected 208 volt 60 hertz supply with the load resistance R equal to 10 ohm, and if it is required to obtain average output voltage 50% of maximum possible output voltage, they calculate the delay angle alpha, the RMS and average output current, and the average RMS thyristor current, and the rectification efficiency, transformer utilization, and input power. So the solution, the phase voltage is equal to 208 by root 3, 120.3, VM equal to root 2 VM, that is 169.83, VN equal to 2.5, R equal to 10. So VDN equal to 3 root 3 VM upon 5, that becomes 280.9 volt, and average voltage is VDC 0.5, this to 140.45 for alpha greater than pi by 3, to Vn equal to 0.5 in bracket 1 plus cos pi by 3, that is 75%, and the resistive load and 50% out, the output voltage is discontinuous, so 0.5 into 1 plus cos alpha, that is alpha equal to 90 degrees, and the average voltage output current is with IDC equal to VDC upon R, that becomes 14.05, and the VRMS equal to root 2 169, putting value 180.13, and IRMS VRMS upon R, that is 18.013 ampere. The average current of thyristor is I equal to IDC by 3, that is 4.68, and IRMS thyristor current is IRMS by root 3, become 10.4 ampere, and rectifier efficiency is equal to it, putting value it comes 0.6 and 0.8, and because of thyristor current 2 by 3, so RMS current is IS equal to RMS by 2 by 3, that is 14.71, and the input VA rating VI equal to 3 VSIS, that becomes 53 VA, and transformer utilization becomes your typically your this power upon VA, that is 0.73, and output power P equal to IRMS R into, so it becomes 3243.6 watt, and input power factor is power upon VA, that is 0.612 like. Coming to make example 9, a 3-phase half-wave converter is operated from 3-phase star connected to 0.860 hertz supply, and the load resistance is 10 ohm, required to obtain average voltage of 50% of maximum voltage output voltage, the delay angle alpha, the RMS output current, the average and RMS current, and the rectification of change, utilization, transformer delay, and your input power factor. Phase voltage is VS equal to root 0.8 into 3 by 3, that is 120.1, and VM equal to root 2 VS, that is 169, VN equal to 0.5, R equal to 10, so VDN 3 root 3 VM upon 2 pi, that becomes 140.45, average output to VDC in 0.5, that is 70.23, and for resistive load current is continuous if alpha less than pi, so VN equal to cos 5 by 6, that is 86.6, with the resistive load 50 hertz under load current becomes this 0.5 1 upon 3 in bracket 1 plus cos 5 by 6 plus alpha, so which gives the delay angle alpha equal to 67.7 degree, and the average output current is with IDC equal to VDC equal to 7.02, and VRMS equal to 95.74, IRMS equal to VRMS upon R, that is 99.474, and average thyristor current is I equal to IDC by 3, that is 2.34, and RMS current of thyristor is IRMS upon root 3, that is 5.47, and rectifier efficiency is like power divided by So that is 54.95%, and RMS input line current is the same as thyristor current. So input VA rating VI equal to 3 VSI is equal to that become your 1970.84 watt, and the transformer utilization is comes into 0.25. Output power is IRMS R equal to that become 96.81, and input power factor is your power upon VA, that is 0.455 lagging. Coming to numerical example 10, a 3-phase full converter is operated with a 3-phase star connected to 0.860 Hz supply and load resistance is 10 ohm, required to obtain the average voltage of 50% of maximum possible. To calculate the delay angle alpha, the RMS and average output current, the average and RMS thyristor current, rectification of change, utilization of input. So phase voltage is Vs equal to 0.8 by 125, and Vm equal to 169, and Vn equal to 0.5, and R equal to 10. Vdn equal to 3 root 3 upon pi, that is 280.29, and average voltage is 0.9, this 140 volt, and 0.5 equal to alpha, so alpha gives 60 degree, and average current IDC VDC equal to that become 14.05, and VRMS when putting value it comes 159, and IRMS VRMS that is 15.93 ampere, and the average current of thyristor I equal to IDC by 3, that becomes 4.68. The RMS current of thyristor equal to 9.2, and the rectifier efficiency comes equal to 0.778, and we got thyristor current equal to by the RMS current is equal to RMS by 4 by that 13 ampere, and input VA rating 3 VSI, which comes 4683.9 VA, and transformer utilization comes 0.412, and output power IMS current 2537.6 watt, and input power factor is for power upon VA, that is 0.52 lagging. Now coming to numerical example 11, the 3-phase full control load has L equal to 1.5 and R equal to 1.5 and E equal to 10. Line voltage is 208. 60 Hz, delay angle alpha by 2, determine the steady state current IL1 equal to omega T at 5 plus alpha, and the average thyristor current, RMS thyristor current, RMS current, and the average current. So solution is alpha equal to 5 by 3, L equal to 1.5, R equal to 0.5, and Y equal to 60, so omega 2 pi 60, that is 77 radian per second, VAB 208, Z equal to under root R square, omega L square to 2.56, and theta is tan inverse omega L upon R 12.74 degree, and steady state load current is omega T dash pi by 3 plus alpha, IL1 equal to 20.49. Then IL comes from this typically a value root 2 VAB upon Z sin omega T dash minus theta minus E upon R, in bracket IL1 plus E upon R minus root 2 VAB upon Z sin pi by 2 plus alpha to minus theta e to power R upon L, in bracket pi by 3 plus alpha omega minus T dash. So numerical integration of IL between omega T dash pi by 3 to L and 2 by 3 alpha gives the thyristor current I equal to 17.42 ampere. And by numerical integration IL square between limit IL dash omega T dash pi by 3 plus alpha 2 by 3, thyristor RMS current is IR equal to 31.12, and RMS output current is root 3 IR, that becomes 54.25, and average output current IDC equal to 3 IA, that becomes 52.26 ampere. And these are the references from this material is taken, and thank you.